Hello. I'm going to show you how to make paintings in the style of the native people of Australia, also known as Aboriginal people, and for the purposes of this project we're going to call it Aboriginal art. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is prepare the background for the painting. Now, a lot of Aboriginal art used to be done on bark from trees and on the rocks in caves. So a lot of it was actually done on very dark backgrounds, and that's why we're going to use browny, orangey earth colours, warm earth colours. They're called earth colours because the colours were actually made by grinding down bits of clay and mud from the ground. So the first thing you have to do is cover your table with newspaper to prevent it from getting too dirty. Then you take your sheet of paper and you collect your colours. You put the colours on the palette. A flat palette is best because then you can mix them together. And I've got yellow ochre, black, brown and orange. And you'll need a fairly big wide brush in order to cover the paper with paint quite effectively. So a bit of water on the brush just to thin it down, and you start painting streaks of colour onto your painting. Don't have the paint too thick, so use some water to thin it down so that you can quite quickly cover the painting, and then start to put in streaks of other colours as well and blend it in together, working it in. Having the colours mixing together helps the effect of a rough natural surface like bark, and that's why we have newspaper on the table, because you need to paint right up to the edge, cover the whole paper right up to the edges. And I just want to make sure that I've got some nice contrasts of light and dark. So over here I might put a little bit more yellow, perhaps just a little bit more orange in one or two places as well, to lighten it up and make it bright, a little bit brighter. But I also like the black, so I'm going to streak some black into it, which looks like the texture of bark of wood. So at this point I can use the paint a little bit more thickly because I've already got a layer on the paper. Adding a few last touches. When I've done this, I need to put this aside and put it to dry, and then we're going to start thinking about what you're going to put over the top of this. Okay, so this is the background that I've painted, and now it's got to be put aside to dry while I start preparing other things to go on it. Please remember to put your name on the back if you haven't already done so. The backgrounds are all going to look very similar after they've been painted. If you don't have your name on it, we'll never know whose is whose.